to the next Atmanivedan. And so this, our Param Gurudev Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Dev Goswami Maharaj, he appreciated this particular order that was selected by Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur. Because of these 6 limbs of Sharanagati, there is a different order that is found within the scriptures. But Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur, he selected a slightly different order. Humility first, and then Atmanivedan. And Srila Sridhar Maharaj, he appreciated this very much. He described it as like representing the natural development of Sharanagati, the mood of surrender. That really the real first mood that is necessary in order for one to develop surrender, Sharanagati, is humility. That is the first thing. First there must be that feeling that I don't know everything, that I am lacking something, I need something more. If we go to approach any teacher, first there has to be some feeling of lack within our heart. I am in need, I am in want. The whole culture of real, genuine spirituality is about. I am living in my finite, limited condition, position. Please take me to some higher way, higher path. That famous verse in the Upanishads, Asato ma sadgamayo. I am mortal, I am living in mortality. I am subject to death, mortality at any moment. Take me to eternality. Take me to immortality. Asato ma sadgamayo mrityor tamaso ma jyotirgamayo. I am in ignorance, I am in darkness. Please take me to light. Whatever knowledge I have is concerning the temporary, limited things of this flickering and transient world. Take me to that plane of substantial knowledge, absolute knowledge. I'm tired of the relative truths, the finite truths pertaining to my limited sphere of experience. I'm tired, I'm sick of that. I want to connect with the whole. I want to connect to the root of the whole. Take me to that plane of infallible knowledge. So from mortality, take me to immortality. From darkness, ignorance, take me to light, take me to knowledge, and finally, mrityor ma amritam gamaya. I'm not happy. I'm not happy. Or whatever happiness I have is limited and temporary and imperfect by nature, and based on illusory misidentification of myself with the material objects of this world. So take me to real happiness, take me to amrita, real happiness, real joy, real nectar. So that is what we find here. First we are feeling some want, some lack within ourselves, and then Atmanivedan. We will seek higher shelter. We will try to go to a higher source of shelter. Real shelter. Upon understanding what is our real position within this world, and what is the real necessity of our inner heart and that inner spiritual nature. So let's see now. Well, I think actually I'd like to go, I'm going to jump a little bit. This song Emana Dormati is within this section. And this is a very important song for us. Okay. Actually, I would kind of like to sing it. Would you? Is that okay? Because it's a song that we can sing. We do sing it. We're familiar with it. We don't need cartels. We can just sing quietly. Prabhu he Emana dormati samsara bitare Podiyaya chinuami Durmati samsara vitare Podiyaya chinuami Tabani jajan kono mahajane Tabani jajan kono mahajane Pataya dile tumi Mahajane Pataya dile tumi Doya kori more patita dekiya Kohilo amare giya Doya kori more patita dekiya Kohilo amare giya Ohe dina jan shono balokata Dina jan no balokata Ohe dina jan shono balokata Ulasita hobe hiya Ohe dina jan shono balokata Ulasita hobe hiya Tomare tadite Shri Krishna Chaitanya Navadvipe avatara Tomare tadite Shri Krishna Chaitanya Navadvipe avatara Tomahe no koto dinahina jane Tomahe no koto dinahina jane Korile na bhava pahara Koto dinahina jane Korile na bhava pahara Vedera pratikya raki bharatore Rukma varna viprasuta Vedera pratikya raki bharatore Rukma varna viprasuta Mahaprabhu name Nadia Matae Mahaprabhu name Nadia Matai Sange Bhaya Vaduta Mahaprabhu name Nadia Matai Sange Bhaya Vaduta Nanda Sutta Jini Chaitanya Gosai Nija nama koridana Nanda Sutta Jini Chaitanya Gosai Nija nama koridana Tadilo jagat tumiyo jaiya Tadilo jagat tumiyo jaiya Loho nija paritana Tadilo jagat tumiyo jaiya Loho nija paritana Sekata suniya asiya chinat Tomara charana tole Sekata suniya asiya chinat Tomara tole Bhakti Vinoda Kandiya Kandiya Bhakti Vinoda Kandiya Kandiya Apana kahini bole Bhakti Vinoda Kandiya Kandiya Apana kahini bole Thakur Bhakti Vinoda Kandiya Kandiya Apana kahini bole Vinoda Kandiya Kandiya Okay, then we can go through this translation. Because of my bad mind, I have come to this material world. But you, Lord, have sent a great soul, your own associate, to rescue me. Seeing my fallen condition and being merciful to me, they came to me and said, "O humble soul, please listen to this wonderful message, Balokata, a good news. Hear this good news, these good tidings, and your heart will rejoice." And Param Gurmaj, he has in his commentary here, Shuno Balokata, please listen to this wonderful message. Krishna prefaces his final teaching in Srimad Bhagavad Gita similarly. Sarva guyatamam bhuya shinu me paramam vacha ishto sime dridam iti tato vakshami te hitam. Now again, hear from me my supreme teaching, the most hidden treasure of all. I tell you this for your benefit, as you are most dear to me. Sriman Mahaprabhu also alludes to a wonderful message while narrating a parable to Srila Sanatana Goswami Prabhu and Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. Sarvagya asi dukkha deki puchaye tahare tumi kene dukhi tomar ache pichidana. Coming to the house of a poor man, a fallen soul, and observing his suffering, Sarvagya, the personification of the revealed scriptures, questioned him, "Why are you so miserable? You have a great inheritance." And this is a very nice parable given. This poor man, he's living in a poor way, struggling, and this astrologer comes and says, "Why are you suffering? Don't you know that your father left a great wealth for you? It is buried beneath your house. You just have to dig for it. You'd have to dig for it from the right direction, but it is there. There's no need for you. There is no need for you to live like this in this suffering condition. Your wealth is there. Your wealth is underground. Your wealth is within. You simply need to become conscious of it." So this is very, very nice analogy. Sometimes also we hear the analogy of Subhadra, what have you done? Sometimes we hear the analogy of someone who's lost their memory, had some madness, they're wandering the street, they've forgotten they have their loving family, their home, with all of their possessions and property. And somebody comes and says, "Don't you know? Have you forgotten? Why are you wandering like a lost, like a homeless person in the street? You have a home, you have a family, you have friends, you have so many possessions. Please come. There is so much bounty waiting for you." So here the Guru, the spiritual guide who is sent by the Lord, he is compared to this type of person who is trying to direct the lost souls of this world to their innate wealth. It is already there. That intrinsic wealth, it is already there. It is just a matter of becoming conscious of it. It is just a matter of it awakening. So this is the position of the spiritual master. The real Guru, they have no desire of their own. Well, no doubt there are many bogus gurus in this world. We're always hearing stories of persons like that. But the real Guru, they have no concern. They have no personal care for themselves. Their only care is for others. They only want to help others to realize their own wealth, what they already have. Okay. So then the third verse. Sri Krishna Chaitanya has descended in Navadvip to deliver you. He has safely conducted many humble and fallen souls like you across the ocean of material existence. And we have some commentary here. Shri Krishna Chaitanya. This name of the Lord is mentioned in the Padma Purana. Nama Chintamani Krishna Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha Purna Shuddho Nitya Mukto Vinatvan Nama Namino. The name Krishna Chaitanya is a wish-fulfilling jewel and an embodiment of rasa. He is complete, pure, eternally liberated, and non-different from whom he names. Nama Chintamani Krishnas Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha Purna Shuddho Nitya Mukto Binatvan Nama Namino. And then Navadvipe Avatar, descended in Navadvip. This is described in the Ananta Samhita. Avatirno Bhavishyami Kalo Nija Ganai Saha Shachi Garbe Navadvipe Svarduni Parivarite. In the age of Kali, I will descend in Navadvip with my own eternal associates, beside the banks of the Ganges, taking birth from the womb of Shachi Devi. Bhavapara, Bhavapar, the shore of the ocean of material existence. In Srimad Bhagavatam, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is described as the deliverer of the fallen souls from the ocean of material existence. And this is very nice. Dhyeyam sada paribhava gyamabhishta doham tirtaspadam shiva vidinchinutam sharanyam Prityarti ham pranatapala bhavabdipotam vande mahapurushate charanara vindam. O Mahaprabhu, Mahapurush is here in the verse. O Mahaprabhu, I offer my obeisance unto your lotus feet, which are the ultimate object of eternal meditation, which destroy illusion and fulfill all desires, which are the supreme place of pilgrimage, which are worshipped by Sada Shiva and Brahma, which are the shelter of everything, which dispel the suffering of your servants, which maintain all who surrender unto them, and which are the boat to cross the ocean of material existence. Dhyeyam sada, to always be meditated upon. His lotus feet are always to be meditated upon. Paribhavagyam, destroy the suffering of material existence. And abhishta doham, this is really the significant thing. Abhishta doham, the most cherished thing, the most valuable thing, the most wonderful thing, most treasured thing, he can give that. They are his lotus feet are the givers of that. Clearing the negative side, that is negligible from the highest perspective of things. But to give us that thing that we need, this is what is neglected in many spiritual paths. Just to be free from the negative side, to get peace. What is that actually? What is the real value of that? But to really get that higher attainment, that positive attainment, to really satisfy, quench that inner thirst of the heart, that is of a much higher category. And that is given by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Tirtaspadam, the highest tirtha, place of pilgrimage. Shiva Vidinchi Nutam Sharanyam, worshipped by Shiva, Lord Brahma. Vrityarti Ham, he removes the suffering of his servants, the pain of his servants. Pranatapal, he is the maintainer of those who take shelter of him, those who surrender to him. Bhavabdipotam, and he is the boat. by which one can cross Bhava Abdi, the ocean of this material existence. Very nice. Okay, then the fourth verse. To fulfill the prophecies of the Vedas, he has appeared with a golden complexion as a Brahmin's son, bearing the name Mahaprabhu, and has driven all of Nadia mad with prem in the company of his brother Nityananda. And so this is a significant point, because as our Param Gurudev has mentioned, Krishna is widely mentioned in the Vedic literature. But Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he is described as Chana avatar, the hidden avatar. And it takes a greater degree of fortune to be able to appreciate him. And so here, Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur is making this point that this is actually, for one who has more of a discerning eye, they will find that the avatar, the descent of Lord Chaitanya, is described there, is foretold, is prophesied. So we're going to hear a few of those in Param Guru Maharaj's commentary. The prophecies of the Vedas. This refers to the promises made in the Vedas that the Supreme Lord would appear as Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Rukma Varna, golden complexion, that the Lord would appear with a golden complexion, is prophesied in the Sri Mundaka Upanishad. Yara pasya pasyate rukma varnam kartadam isham purusham brahma yonim tara vidvan punya pape viduya niranjana paramam shamyam upayati. When a jiva soul sees the golden Lord, who is the supreme controller and the source of Brahma, they become wise, free from the reactions of both pious and impious activities, and pure, and they obtain supreme equanimity. So here in this verse from the Mundaka Upanishad, the Lord is referred Rukma Varna, golden color. So one can understand this is referring to Sri Chaitanya Dev. And then also in the Mahabharata, the Lord's appearance as Mahaprabhu is also described. The Vishnu Sahasranam, 1,000 names of Vishnu, of the Mahabharata, has also prophesied the divine form and pastimes of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Varna Varna Hemango Varangash Chandanangadi Sanyasa Krich Chamashanto Nishta Shanti Parayana. Very nice verse. So Varna Varna Hemango Varangash Chandanangadi Sanyasa Krich Chamashanto Nishta Shanti Parayana. His complexion is golden. His limbs appear like molten gold. His beautiful body is adorned with sandalwood paste and flower garlands. He accepts sannyas. He is equanimous and peaceful, and he is the supreme abode of steadfast devotion. And then one more citation is given. Mahaprabhu, bearing the name Mahaprabhu, that the Lord would be known by the name Mahaprabhu, is prophesied in Sri Shvetashavatar Upanishad. Mahan Prabhur Vai Purusha Satvasyaisha Pravartaka Sunirmalam Imam Praptim Ishano Jyotir Avyaya. Sri Mahaprabhu, the Supreme Master, is verily the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is the originator of existence, the eternally effulgent Lord. By His grace one obtains ultimate purity. Prabhu, would you mind passing me Golden Volcano? Thank you. Thank you very much. So, Sri Mahaprabhu, the Supreme Master, is verily the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is the originator of existence, the eternally effulgent Lord. By His grace, one obtains ultimate purity. So here, Maham Prabhur, the Lord is referred to in this way. But, you see, the funny thing is, despite this evidence, one cannot accept unless they have a little bit of mercy. Kripalesh. How does that? I always forget that verse. I remember the Bengali Kabiraj Goswami, Ishware Kripalesh Hoito Jahare. Ishware Kripalesh Hoito Jahare. I can't remember that either. But the Sanskrit from Bhagavatam is very, very nice. I always forget that verse. If I remember the first word, Kachin Vichinvam, what is the first word? I think it begins with A. I can't remember. Would you mind passing me Chaitanya Charitamrita? It's such a nice verse. But this is cited, thank you, by Gopinathacharya, because Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, he does not have the eyes to recognize Mahaprabhu in the beginning, right? And in fact, he's thinking he needs to instruct Mahaprabhu. And so Gopinathacharya, he cannot tolerate this. He's very upset about this. How can Sarvabhauma consider that he is fit to instruct Mahaprabhu? And so they have some, it's chapter 6, right? So they have some debate, some argument about that. And Gopinathacharya, he's giving citations from the scriptures, because Sarvabhauma is saying one name of the Lord is Tri Yuga, who only appears in 3 ages. Satya, Treta, Dwapar. He doesn't appear in Kali Yuga. And then Gopinathacharya, he's citing from the scriptures, yes, there is an avatar in Kali Yuga. And he's giving evidence from the scriptures. But Sarvabhauma, he's not able to accept that. And then finally Gopinath, he says, oh, but it is not your fault, because actually you can only understand the Lord by His grace. So obviously you don't have that grace, so you're not able to recognize Him. Yes, here it is. It does begin with A. That's the one thing I got right. Atapi te deva parambuja dvai prashada grace, prashada lesh, little trace of mercy. Prashada leshanu grihita evahi janati tattvam bhagavan mahimno nachanya ekopi chiram vichinvan. See, this is the end to all arguments. This is it. This is the answer. Why don't you believe in that supreme entity? Because you haven't received that mercy, that grace. Because you need grace in order to recognize that. That is the only way. So Gopinath tells Sarvabhauma, it is not your fault. You haven't received any grace. So we can't blame you. And then Sarvabhauma says, well, what's the evidence that you've received grace? That you've received that grace? And Gopinathacharya says, because I'm able to recognize Him. Is this what you would call circular logic? The evidence that I've received the grace of the Lord is that I'm able to recognize Him. Because this is the thing, this truth, the only proof of it is one's own experience, that verification of the heart, nothing else. And that nice, simple example is given of the man who's lived in a dungeon his whole life, and his friend tries to take him out to see the sun one day. Okay, I'm coming, let me bring my lamp. No, you don't need your lamp to see the sun. The sun is seen by its own light. And that man says, what, are you stupid? For everything you need to have some light. The lamp is giving me light. If you want to show me something outside, I'm going to need some light. I got to bring... No, the sun has its own light. You can see it by its own light. So the absolute truth is like that. It is known by its own light, and receiving the grace from that plane, one can have real experience and revelation of it. There is no other way. One's empirical senses, they are useless when it comes to this. This is beyond their jurisdiction. So this verse is wonderful. Atapi te deva parambuja dvai prashadale shanu grahita evahi janati tattvam bhagavan mahimno nachanya ekopi chiram vichinvam. My Lord, if one is favored by even a slight trace of the mercy of your lotus feet, he can understand the greatness of your personality. But those who speculate in order to understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead are unable to know you, even though they continue to study the Vedas for many years. And then later, after Sarvabhauma has been converted and he's become a fanatic, then he's asked the same question, I think by the king, by Prataparudra. Why is it that even though there's so much evidence in the scriptures, not everybody can recognize Sri Chaitanya Dev as being the Supreme Lord? How is this possible? All the evidence is there. We've just heard some of that. Why is it that many persons who follow the Vedas, supposedly, they don't recognize him? How is that possible? And then Sarvabhauma, he recites the same verse, he gives the same answer that Gopinath gave to him. Because now he's received the mercy. So he... Tapi te deva parambuja dvai prashadale shanu grahite evahi janati tattvam bhagavan mahimno nachanya ekopi chiram vichinvam. So, we need a little bit of grace, prashada lesh, just a trace of mercy. So this is where the culture of surrender comes in. We are trying to attract grace, not that we're trying to make ourselves greater and more powerful persons, more fit, can climb faster, climb higher, but we need grace. So we're trying to approach in this mood of submission, surrender. And how powerful is that? That can attract that supreme entity. Shri Krishna Karshini Chasa. This is the final and most powerful effect of devotion. That the Lord, that supreme absolute, he will be moved to give himself, to be the property of his devotee, of his surrendered devotee. I was just hearing one talk of Param Guru Maharaj, and he was saying, surrender, Sharanagati, is the greatest thing ever invented. He said it like that. He said the greatest thing ever invented, and the most powerful thing known to man, because it can move that supreme entity. It is the greatest invention. There's nothing more wonderful than this. Yane prayasham urapasya namante eva jivanti sanmukaritam bhavadiya vartam stanestito shuddhigatam tanuvan manobir je prajuso jitajito piyasi taistri lokim. Who is ajita, who is unconquerable, he will be conquered by the approach of such a person. He will become, in the words of Srila Saraswati Thakur, the personal property of that soul. who can surrender in such a way. That Param Brahma. And so, Raghupati Upajai, he's singing, Kam Prati Katai Tamishe, Sampratiko Va Pratitim Mayatu, Gopati Tanaya Kunje, Gopa Vaduti Vitam Brahma. To whom can I tell? No, who will believe that such a thing is possible? Who will believe this? Who can I tell, and who will believe that such a thing, that Param Brahma, that supreme absolute, who all the yogis and the dhyanis and the karmis, they're going through so much trouble, so much endeavor within the world of action, within the world of consciousness, to try to attain some slight glimpse of that. But what do we know? Yasya linde para brahma. Nanda kim akarod brahma. Nanda kim akarod brahma. Yashod papo yasyastanam. I'm mixing up here. But he's playing in the garden. He's playing in the backyard. He's playing in the courtyard of Nanda Maharaj. Shrutim apare shmitim itare bharatamanye bhajanta itaha aham iha nandam bande yasya linde para brahma. So what is my religion? To worship Nanda Maharaj, to follow the father of Krishna, Nanda Maharaj, because he's got that supreme absolute playing in his back garden. So I'm going to follow him. All these others, they can do their rituals, they can do their mantras, they can do their yoga and their dhyan and so on, their top, and so on and so forth. But as far as I'm concerned, I'm in Nanda Maharaj's camp. I think he did something right. I think he did something right. And that, of course, is the path of the heart. To give your heart. It is the simplest thing, but it is also the hardest thing. To approach in that pure and naked spirit. I am yours and you are mine. That is all there is to it. It is the most simple, sweet, and natural transaction. If we can remove those crusted layers of the heart that are obstructing that natural flow, it is the most obvious thing, actually. Most obvious and most natural thing. Okay. We'll finish this. Then Param Guru Maharaj's commentary on Avadut. This is the how Lord Nityananda is referred to in the song as Avadut. He became, as Gurudev said, people forgot he was called Nityananda, they called him Avadut, because his nature was so much like that. And Avadut has been described by Srila Sridhar Swami in his commentary on Srimad Bhagavatam as Avagyaya Janais Chaktoya, one who is abandoned by general people with disregard, because their ecstatic, purely devotional behavior is incomprehensible. They've surpassed, social norms, rules, regulations. They've gone beyond, they've transcended, we can say, all of that. And so to the common persons, it can appear very, very strange. And of course, we don't imitate that. We pay our dandavat to such great souls who are very few and far between. Okay, verse number 5. Sri Chaitanya Gosai, who is Nanda Sutta himself, the son of Nanda Maharaj, has delivered the universe by distributing his own name. You too should go and accept your deliverance. And how powerful is that name? That he himself is taking that name and he himself is in ecstasy over that. He is experiencing the ecstasy of his own name and distributing that to others. He himself is going mad with that. And Param Guru Maharaj, he describes that very wonderfully in the Prema Dhamma Deva Stotram, that Atma Siddha Sava Lila. Let me see if I... Atma Siddha Sava Lila Purna Sokya Lakshanam Swanubhava Mata Nritya Kirtanatma Vantanam Advayayika Laksha Purna Tattva Tatparatparam Prema Dhamma Deva Meva Naumi Goda Sundaram. This is the all-conquering conclusion. The highest conception of the ultimate reality must also be the highest form of ananda, ecstasy. Ananda, this is the original substance that presupposes everything else, consciousness and eternality. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna, ecstasy himself, tasting his own sweetness and dancing in ecstatic joy. His own holy name is the cause of his ecstasy, expressed as dancing, and the holy name is the effect of his ecstasy, expressed as chanting. The cause is the effect. The dynamo is creating ecstatic energy which makes him dance, and his chanting distributes that ecstasy to others. I offer my obeisances to that beautiful golden Lord, Gauranga Sundar, the divine form of Krishna Prem. I'm going to issue a challenge. Can you find anything more beautiful than this? Can you find anything superior? Can you find a conception of the absolute truth that is superior to this? I challenge you, it is not possible. It is just not possible. It is just not possible. So Sri Chaitanya Gosai, who is Nanda Sutta himself, has delivered the universe by distributing his own name. You too should go and accept your deliverance. And then Param Guru Maharaj's commentary. Nanda Sutta, the son of Nanda. Srila Jiva Goswami Prabhu has described the identity of Srimad Mahaprabhu in his Tattva Sandarbha. Anta Krishnam Bahir Goram Darshitang Gadi Vaibhavam Kalo Sankirtanadyaisma Krishna Chaitanyam Ashrita. Sri Krishna Chaitanya is internally Krishna himself and outwardly golden. Anta Krishnam Bahir Goram. So this double meaning. Anta Krishnam, internally darkish or internally Krishna, and externally Gora or externally golden. He is manifest in the age of Kali in all his glory, accompanied by his entourage. We take shelter of him by performing Harinam Sankirtan and related devotional services. Srimad Mahaprabhu is also described in the Kapila Tantra, Prema Lingana Yogena Chachincha Shakti Yogata Radha Bhava Kanti Yutam Murtamekam Prakashayat. By the loving embrace of his inconceivable potency, Krishna has manifested a form enriched with a heart in halo of Sri Radha, the divine form of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. By the loving embrace of his inconceivable potency, Krishna has manifested a form enriched with the heart and halo of Sri Radha, the divine form of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And then the last verse. O Lord, hearing this message, I have come before your feet. Crying incessantly, Bhakti Vinod tells the story of his life. So this is our position. We're lost in this world. We got this good news. This good news. And then we came to take shelter. Or we're trying to do that. But such hope and such prospect has been given to us. I would like to just conclude with reading this, because we read one of these verses cited by Param Guru Maharaj, which is very, very nice. And Param Guru Maharaj, he gives a very wonderful explanation of that verse, which is recorded in this book. And I'd like to read that. I'll just start from the beginning here. The hidden incarnation. This is mentioned in the Srimad Bhagavatam as well as in the Mahabharata and Vedic scriptures and other Vedic scriptures. Karabhajan Rishi, the last of the 9 great yogis, has given us a clue to understand Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as the special incarnation for the age. He has mentioned the incarnation for this age of Kali in a mystic way. We may think, why has this not been described very plainly? So many avatars are clearly described, but when Srimad Bhagavatam describes Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as the incarnation for the age of Kali, it is discussed in a mystic way. The answer is found in the teachings of Srila Maharaj, who says, O Lord, one of your names is Tri Yuga, meaning one who incarnates in 3 ages, Satya, Treta, and Dwapar, but not in Kali. And why? Because the incarnation for the age of Kali is in disguise. And this is in the 7th canto, right? In the Prahlad Chari. Chanakalo yadabhavas triyugata satvam. Here we find the key to this mystic way of representing Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to the fortunate and intelligent circle, that ordinary people may not have a clue. So it's like a filter system, you can say. Those with that Sumedasa, fine theistic intelligence, they will come to this higher truth. Dhyayam sada paribhavagyam abhishta doham. This is the verse we just read. Tirthasparam shiva virinchinutam sharanyam brityarti ham pranatapala bhavabdipotam vande mahapurushate charanaravindam. O Mahaprabhu, your lotus feet are the highest object of meditation. For they not only destroy the pain of material existence, but they bestow the greatest fulfillment to all souls who take shelter beneath them. Abhishta doham, this is what we mentioned earlier. Your lotus feet even purify all saintly persons and holy places. Lord Shiva and Lord Brahma aspire to take shelter beneath your lotus feet. O Mahaprabhu, you give shelter to all who simply bow down before you. You relieve all the miseries of your surrendered servants. In the grand ship of your lotus feet, we can cross over this ocean of material miseries. O Mahaprabhu, I bow down before your lotus feet. After mentioning the incarnation of Godhead for the age of Kali, Srimad Bhagavatam suddenly begins this song in praise of that great Yuga avatar, Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. With a grand voice, the Bhagavatam has come to sing the praise of that guide for Kali Yuga. This follows the verse which hints at the avatar of Kali Yuga. Krishna Varnam means one who is always describing Krishna, who always has on his lips the words Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. Another meaning of this expression is one who is Krishna himself, but whose luster is not black. If we look deeply, we shall find that hidden beneath his golden luster is the blackish body of Krishna. With his own paraphernalia, he has come to this plane, and service to him is performed only by Sankirtan, divine sound and mass prayer. By that symptom, we can recognize his divine position. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is a hidden incarnation. He comes in disguise. Such an avatar is worshipped by the divinely intellectual. In this way, the Srimad Bhagavatam first describes that uncommon, extraordinary personality, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, in a mystic way, and then proclaims his nobility and his greatness. The Srimad Bhagavatam explains that same personality who came as Ramchandra and Krishna has again appeared. He has come to direct you to the real fulfillment of life. He is drawing the sweetest nectar from above for the sake of everyone. Only meditate on him, and all your troubles will be finished. He is the agent purifying all the holy places of pilgrimage and great saintly persons by his touch. by his Sankirtan, by his drawing the highest things down from the highest plane. And even Brahma and Shiva, puzzled by his noble gift, will begin to praise him. They will eagerly aspire to take shelter under his lotus feet in surrender. The pains of all who come to serve him will be removed, and their inner necessities will be fulfilled. And he will take care of those who take shelter of him. They will be given protection as well as everything they may need. In this world where mortality rules, where we are continually experiencing the undesirable changes of repeated birth and death, in this area where no one wants to live, a great ship will come for us and take us within and carry us away from this unpleasant position. Let us fall at the feet of that great personality who comes to give us the highest nectar. Comes to take us within, as our Gurudev expressed once. Not that the spiritual plane is within the sky or anywhere else. It is within us. It is a plane of consciousness. And by the grace of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his line of teachers, we can connect with that. Jai, Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki Jai. Well, I think we can maybe stop there. And this chapter continues. But I wanted to read that translation because Param Guru Maharaj expresses in a very... when we hear Srila Sridhar Maharaj give explanations of verses, it's not something dry or even so literal. It is like connecting with the inner substance and the inner feeling of the verse. Because these verses, they are very powerful, they are very potent, they are expressions. It's not just a matter of language, they are expressions that have come from the hearts of great saints. And it is enriched with their devotion, with their consciousness. It is not just a matter of language. The language that it happens to appear in, that is a secondary thing. It can appear in any language. We shouldn't be envious of the language that it was chosen to appear in. And so Param Guru Maharaj, he's connecting with that inner substance, what has come. Even we can say, in our audacity, that in some cases our Param Gurudev, because of his caliber, he is surpassing that original person who was an instrument through which that expression came. Param Guru Maharaj, he's going beyond them. Right? Vyaso veti na veti va. Aham vedmi shuko veti, Vyaso veti na veti. Vyasadev, through whom Bhagavatam came, he may or may not know that inner substance. So to hear these explanations of Param Guru Maharaj, they're so living, they're so substantial, they're so heart-touching. And when we hear them, it's like they feel so applicable to us. They're coming from such a deep and substantial and real place and touching the core of our hearts. So wherever we have some, of course there are like standard and literal translations that we can look up, but when we know there's some unique explanation that has been given by our gurus, we are going to try to find they're touching the inner heart of that verse. It is not a dictionary matter. We are not interested in dictionary meanings. Okay, well, maybe we'll start there today. Jai Shri Sharanagati ki Jai, Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur ki Jai, Srila Bhakti Sridhar Maharaj ki Jai, Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj ki Jai, Shri Rupanuga Guru Varga ki Jai, Vaishnavini ki Jai. Hari